Okay, I think now's a good time to start. So, happy Pokemon Day! It is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and I've done my reaction to the presents. It should be uploading on my channel on YouTube sometime soon. And yes, I see your Hydrate Crimson. Hold on a second. Good, good. So, as it is Pokemon Day today, we got some hefty announcements. So Pokemon Champions, the new VGC game, is releasing in April. Um, Gale of Darkness on GameCube Online is releasing in March. Yeah, they're going straight to Gale of Darkness and not doing Colosseum. I assume because Gale of Darkness is far more in demand, so they're doing it in that order. And obviously Fire Red Leaf Green, they're now out. And then Pokemon Winds and Waves, the 10th generation, releasing in 2027. So they got plenty of time to cook, and even through the early gameplay trailer, holy, it looks way better than Scarlet and Violet ever did. And I'm probably gonna pick the fire starter, a cute little Pomeranian. So yeah, now Fire Red Leaf Green are available on Switch. I now have a reason or have a way to actually stream the games. So say hello to the new layout. So I've already made a start to my Professor Oak's challenge, which is what we're going to be doing. So the way a Professor Oak's challenge works, we have to catch every possible Pokemon before each gym badge. So this will be fun. And controls are slightly different in this game. By that I mean the way to soft reset is slightly different, because it's no longer A, B, start select, which would be plus minus. Instead it's just hold or press A, B, X, Y, or the circle pad but numbers at the same time. I think they did that just to account for the fact that some people might play with a single Joy-Con. And honestly, fair. And I do have this as well. But the Fire Red layout's not going to be used for a while. And yes, I'm giving credit. Danny Graphics, that's the creator. So go check them out on Twitter for the other layouts. Anyways, so with my team at the bottom, this is my current progress. I'm just going to try and catch everything possible. So for now, I need to get Caterpie and Pikachu, I think. I don't remember if there is anything else in the Viridian Forest that I need. I know at some point I need to catch another Spearow so I can do the trade later. I think it's Spearow for Farfetch'd. I feel like there should have been an item there. Hello? First encounter a Pikachu! That's supposed to be the 5%! Okay. Oopsies. Okay. Okay, I forgot that, I can't use the circle buttons. I've got to use the joystick. I'm lucky that survived. Alright, got Pikachu! Oh, I should probably put my dex total, on the list. On the thing. So, dex total... And at the moment, I think it's 6. Outline. There we go. Get my Pikachu, and I'm not going to have to evolve it for a long time. So if I look at my Pokédex now... Oh, it's actually 7 now. Okay. Alright, so I'll see if I can find a Caterpie, and then I'll try and clear out the area. So once I get all the available Pokemon, then I'll just focus on level grinding. And that's gonna take the most time. The reason why Bulbasaur is the best for Professor Oak's Challenger and Kanto game is it evolves at level 32 compared to the Blastoise and Charizard at level 36. Plus, Bulbasaur's the best starter for a Kanto run, so why wouldn't you pick Bulbasaur? Even though in like Gens 1 to 3 it doesn't exactly get the best moves. But there's also this pre-physical special split, so gotta be more creative with our moves. Then again, I'm actually used to Gen 3 stuff, so... Alright, there we go, got a Caterpie. Alright. So that upped the total to 8. There we go. And as far as I know, I think that's everything for this area? At least I don't think there's anything else I need to get. I know that Kakuna and Metapod could be found in the wild. Let me have a look. Have a look at a guide, just so I know I'm getting the right Pokemon. Fire Red and Leaf Green. Okay. Yeah. That's all my catches. Everything possible has been caught, so now the only thing to focus on is evolutions. So for now, I'm gonna go heal, just to get rid of this paralysis. So I'm gonna get Caterpie on the party, just so I can get that out of the way. Caterpie and Metapod, well, Caterpie and Weedle, that's it. Those are going to be the quickest ones to do, since they fully evolve at level 10. Okay. Oopsies. I need to get used to this. So there's Pikachu, and there's Caterpie. So for now, I'm going to put Mankey in the box. Okay, and then I'd also have to upgrade this to be Caterpie. Okay. So the hardest part for this section of the challenge will be Venusaur and Pidgeot, since they evolve in the 30s. And there's not much experience gain in this section. By the time we get to the next section, we're going to have access to Meowth, which has pickup. And that's gonna shave up a lot of time on this challenge. Tackle. I should probably be switch training, because if I can get Weedle and Caterpie out of the way as soon as possible, then that'll save a lot of time. So after Weedle and Caterpie are done, I think Spearow and Rattata will be the next ones to focus on, and then Pidgey and Bulbasaur. Right, so I'll start with Caterpie first. Okay, only risk here is that I could possibly get poisoned. And that tackle can miss. Yeah, I could use trainer battles to do these ones, but I want to save the trainer battles for Bulbasaur and Pidgey. That's a spam string shot. Oh, another poison sting. Okay, good. 22 EXP. Yeah, not much, but... Another Pikachu? I'll run just because I don't want to deal with paralysis. I mean, yeah, it probably would have been a better idea to deal with the Pikachu, but... Actually, no, that's probably the best idea, actually. Pikachu is one of the best sources of experience in this area. I need to heal. Okay, there we go. That's the experience, that's not bad. A Pokeball, oh that's good, that's good. More money to save. Yep, so early part of this challenge, definitely time consuming. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. Also, with Pokemon Winds and Waves, I'm probably gonna main Pokemon Waves. At least that's my current opinion right now, just because of the mascot Pikachu. At the moment, that's the only thing that's gonna change my mind about which version I have as my main save file. Because obviously we know nothing of version exclusives yet. We don't even know what the box art legendaries look like. We just know what the starters look like. And I was torn between Brout and Pombon, but I might be gravitating more toward Pombon. Unless Brout becomes an owl, which it could do, but it wouldn't make sense to have another grass owl as a starter. So I feel like I might go for Pombon, because Pomeranians are cute. I'm not too keen on Gekwa, but I feel like it'll probably grow. But at the moment, Pombon seems to be the Pokemon that I'm going to probably pick. Oh, great, can't run. Okay, I don't think it's strong enough, or not. I don't think it's leveled up enough to be able to have Pet yet. God, I'm getting obliterated by this thing. Okay, that didn't take long, but I've already got to go back and heal. And unfortunately, for the first section of this challenge, I am locked into walking speed because we don't get the running shoes till after the first badge. Okay. I do want to try and get everything that's non-Pidgey Bulbasaur related done before I do my first trainer battle. Because that way I can reserve as much experience as possible for them. Okay. Yeah, I probably should go back to Viridian Forest for this, but I need a few more levels before I go back in there. Ooh, a crit, nice. Okay, one more. I think it's two more levels, and then I get to Menopod. Okay, level 6. Okay, go back and heal again. Yeah, one thing I did try and do earlier, I did attempt to shiny hunt Bulbasaur, but then I thought I'd be here for so long I wouldn't even be able to start the challenge, so I didn't even bother. Maybe at some point I'll do it in Fire Red, but in this one, if I find a shiny, it'll be through the grind. Like, I'm not going to intentionally shiny hunt in this Oak challenge. Because, I mean, last time I did an Oak challenge was it like a really... No, the first time I did one actually was Pokemon Ruby. That one I think I got 4 shinies during the challenge. And just for the sheer amount of encounters I was doing. I really do. I really kind of wish one of these Pokemon had pickup. But it makes sense that Meowth has it, and then we can't even get it until we've at least beaten the second gym, I think. I think it was beating the second gym. It might have been. I don't remember. I don't know if there's going to be like a final team. I mean, I'll probably just have the strongest Pokemon I have available. So Pokemon like... Obviously Dragonite's probably going to be on the team, because why wouldn't I have a Dragonite? It's already going to be level 55. And maybe I'll have access to some Johto Pokemon? Oh, I need to calm down and clear my throat, otherwise hiccups are going to start. Okay, no, I think this Pidgey's too strong. God damn it. Fuck you, Pidgey! God, that would have gotten 39 experience, all because it couldn't do any damage. I mean, I could, but it was dealing way too much damage in return. As soon as this Caterpie evolves into a Metapod, it'll be able to actually last in the field a bit longer. I wonder if there's a way to like remap the controls so I can have the circle buttons be the D-pad. It would be nice if I could do that, because at the moment the D-pad buttons, the circle buttons, they act the exact same as the A, B, X, Y buttons. And yes, we can still soft reset in this game, so that's a plus. I mean, I did say that the button combo changed, but at the very least they kept the function to soft reset. And I saw Papa Hefe was trying to use the game-breaking glitches in the game. I mean, honestly fair, because we don't know if they'll work on the Switch version or not. Because we know they work on original hardware, they work on emulator. They don't work on Analog Pocket because the core is a bit incompatible with the glitches. So we don't know if the Switch version is compatible. This thing's gonna try and obliterate me, isn't it? Ow. Alright, we got our first evolution, people! There we go. We have a Metapod. And it learned Harden. So I just need 3 more levels and it'll become a Butterfree. Yeah, funny enough, Butterfree is actually a really good Pokemon in the original Red and Green. Or Red and Blue, even. Like, mostly because... Brock's Gym? None of its Pokemon have any Rock type. So Butterfree is actually a really good option, because early on it can get Confusion. And that's extremely good early game. But obviously in this game, yeah, Mankey's probably a better pick. Yeah, when Gale of Darkness does actually release on the Switch Online, I'm probably going to play it on stream, because I've never played that before. And I presume Gale of Darkness was released before Colosseum was, just because demand. Since it's easier to get a physical copy of Colosseum than it is Gale of Darkness, because the market value just skyrockets for no real reason. Hopefully those prices plummet down soon, because now anyone can play the game. So I'll probably use that to take advantage. I'll use the market crash to take advantage of the low prices. Oh, look at that defense! Maybe I should turn off battle animations just so I can get through this quicker. There's another plus side. The game saved really quickly. Okay, turning off battle animations actually makes it slower. What the hell? Okay, but I need to go heal, because that Metapod took way too much damage. And yeah, at the moment, I don't really have any way to properly deal with Pikachu without constantly getting paralyzed. Yeah, so once I get these early bugs out of the way, like first, then it should be a bit easier going forward. Yeah, after those two are done, then Mankey, Spearow, and Rattata. Although probably more so Rattata and Spearow, then Mankey, and then Pidgey and Bulbasaur. Come on, you're more than double its level and you're still struggling. That's the one thing that sucks. It gets no stab attacks for ages. Like a Fury Cutter would probably still be good. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Beedrill line and the Butterfree line don't learn Fury Cutter, so... I mean, I think Beedrill probably could. Fury Cutter's probably the best bug move in this game. At least that's widely accessible. So I don't think Megahorn was really accessible widely until Gen 4, I think? I mean, I know Heracross got the move eventually. And I think Nidoking has the move. At least with Weedle, it has Poison Sting. Yeah, it's a weak move, but it's Stab, so it's going to do a bit more. Oh, that user notification sort. Yeah, I also claimed the Garchomp Mega Stone. So that's on my save file. I think the dex totals, I think it's like 120, 130 or something. Although it'd probably go a bit higher because there are some Johto Pokemon thrown into the mix. And I've been poisoned. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Painted. Yep. Now at least I got the experience for it. Yeah, I still think Section 1, pushing Section 2 are definitely going to be some of the hardest. I still need to also make sure I get all of the trade Pokemon I need for the trade exclusives. So stuff like Farfetch'd, Lickitung, Mr. Mime, Jinx. Those 4 are only obtainable through trade, so I'll need to get extra Pokemon just to make up for it. So I know I need to get an Abra for Mr. Mime, a Spearow for the Farfetch'd. For Jinx, I think I need to get a Slowbro. It's either a Slowbro or Golduck. And I don't remember what the last one's for. As soon as I can get these bugs out of the way, then I'll probably save a lot more time. Yeah, I'll save a lot of time once I don't have to keep going back to the Pokemon Center. At least Rattata will be easier to deal with because normal type attacks are stab for it, so I'll automatically be able to do more damage. And then once I can get Hyper Fang, which I think is like level 18 or something, that will speed things up a lot, because Hyper Fang at level 18 is really, really early. And for the Flyers, well, once they're a high enough level, they'll both have like Peck or Wing Attack, and I can just send them out on all the bugs. And I'm thinking I might, with Bulbasaur, I might keep Sweet Scent on it, just so I can force encounters, just in case I want to try and do RNG manipulated encounters. Because we don't know if there's like any differences with the Switch version compared to the Game Boy version. If it's basically no difference, then maybe I can take advantage of that. And try and sneak in some shinies. And yeah, there is also home compatibility coming to Fire Red Leaf Green soon. Although from what it looks like, it's going to be more so like a Poke Transporter. So it's not going to be like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. You can deposit them and withdraw them as long as they haven't entered other games. Which I wish they would have just done. If it is like that, then I'll be much more fine with that, because then I could just create a living dex. I'll more than likely just focus on the original 150. Because unless the Colosseum games for some reason get home compatibility, it's going to be impossible to complete these Pokedexes. And I got poisoned again, god damn it. At the very least, we don't have to worry about Shiny Charm, so there's not really a reason to fully complete the Pokedex. At least the National Dex. Okay, and Metapod's gonna faint on the way there, because there's no way it's surviving that poison. Yep. So with Fire Red, I'm thinking that me and Atreus are probably going to do like a Soul Link with it eventually. Like when the time eventually comes, yeah. Like starter wise, I think the best pick for a Nuzlocke would probably be Squirtle, I think. Because Charmander, yeah, it doesn't do too well against the majority of the gyms. It could do good against a couple of them, maybe. But Bulbasaur is good. I mean, Bulbasaur's probably still the best pick in general. Because it has a self-healing move, a couple of them actually. Synthesis and Leech Seed. And it also has Razor Leaf, so in the scenario where I have to deal with double battles, then Razor Leaf will be able to handle that. And yeah, with the evolutions. So to start with, I can only get one evolution. And then once I can get to the Sevi Islands and get access to breeding, then I can get the other two evolutions. So we'll have to decide on which Pokemon or which evolution I want to have evolved first. I'm probably not going to use any of them in this run, besides just for evolution dex entries. So maybe I'll just do it in like Pokedex order. I guess like a similar scenario goes for Hitmonlee. Yeah, I'll probably pick Hitmonlee, and then obviously I'll have to breed it down once I get to the Sebi Islands. Oh, that did a lot of damage. So I don't know how much we're gonna do tonight. More than likely, I'm definitely gonna do some stuff in my own time. So yeah, more than likely, I probably will have more done before the next stream happens. But I wouldn't assume it'd be that much. Because again, the first stage, without a pickup squad, it takes a long time. And keep in mind, I need to get the whole pickup squad to level 21 minimum. Just to have a chance at getting rare candies. Pidgey. Yeah, attack is still pretty low. And it doesn't help that my attacks don't like to actually hit! Pidgey's down, level 9. Alright, so one more level up, and then we get Butterfree. And then we can focus on a different Pokemon to level up. Okay, so 3 damage for basic with normal hits. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this was the main reason I was dreading doing the Professor Oaks challenge in Pirate LeafGreen, just because of the first section. Because at least with Ruby Sapphire, Ruby and Sapphire, you got access to Zigzagoon like, immediately, so you had access to a pickup squad like, almost instantaneously. So even though there were a few Pokemon in their 30s, like Starter, Slacking, like those for example, it's easy to make up for just by having the pickup squad. But at the moment, the pickup squad is unusable until at least the 3rd section. Because I'm pretty sure we need to beat the Cerulean Gym just to be able to go south of Cerulean. And that's where Meowth spawns. I'm pretty sure it can also have Technician, so I'm not guaranteed to get a pickup Meowth every single time. with the Meowth, I'll have to catch 5 with Pickup and then 1 with Technician. Or the last one can still have Pickup, but... Okay, another tackle. Oh, nice crit! Okay. See, I get the feeling, like, with Winds and Waves, I feel like these games will probably not have any data mines, because it's a Switch 2 release. And since the Switch 2 is basically unhackable at the moment, I feel like this will probably be the first time we go into a Pokemon game with 0 insider information for the first time in ages. Like, what we'd prefer, just having Riddlerku just giving us the riddles and letting us figure things out ourselves. Because for once, I don't want to go into a new region with a fully planned out team. I mean, yeah, I could just not look at leaks, but my mind flows elsewhere. But this time, probably going to be different. And again, I'm probably only going to pick Wave because of the Pikachu mascot. It's cool they're adding new Pikachu costumes, because we haven't had those since ORAS. And it'd be cool if we could catch them, but that would mean we'd need to get both versions if we want to catch both of the Pikachu forms. Yeah, looking at the trailer, it would be cool if I could make a mono ground run. Maybe I'll do that at some point. Like, my main run would just be whatever Pokemon I want. And then my second run, which would be on Winds, would probably have a mono ground run. And it would be cool to like try and predict what starter typings there will be. But based on what we have, I feel like Brout could be a flying type. Just because it's the bird. So it makes sense its secondary typing would be flying. Pombon, I could easily just see it remaining pure fire type, but I would love to see it become an electric type. And for Gakwa, again, it could remain a pure water type, but I feel like they'd have to do something a little bit different, because it wasn't that long since we had a pure water type starter. And yeah, they could make it a dragon type, but then they'd make it way too powerful, so I don't think they would give it the dragon type. I mean, they could give it the dark type, or the fairy type. I want one of them to be a ground type, because then obviously my main starter choice would be very obvious. Like, give Pombon the ground type. Because then we'd have a trio of ground type starters. We'd have Swampert, Torterra, and then Pombon. Rat. Okay, we're getting close to level 10, so won't be long until we can move on to our next Pokemon. And with Spearow, and Rattata, I'll try and get them to like level 5 before I go to the forest. I guess same for Mankey. Mankey would probably do a lot better in the Route 2 actually, just because of all the rats. The rats and the birds, because all the bugs would be able to resist the fighting attacks. Although I don't know how long it takes. I don't remember how long it takes for Mankey to get a karate chop or something. Ugh! Wait, did it even get 2 crits in a row? Hold on, I need a potion. I swear, that thing got 2 crits in a row. Okay, so I definitely need to buy more potions. Yeah, that was a good amount of experience. That was definitely worth sacrificing the potion. Oh, this is level 5, okay. Ow. Okay, it's gonna be a gamble. Gamble did not pay off, god damn it. Gambles never pay off. I'll give the experience to Bulbasaur. Bitch. God, that would have given him so much experience! That's the most experience I've seen at once so far. That probably would have been enough to get Butterfree. Okay. So I'm going to heal up, and I'm also going to buy some potions. I believe 3 potions is enough. I mean, that's all I can get anyway. I saw somewhere that later on it's possible to get EXP share. I feel like that'll probably help for like lower level Pokemon. Ones that don't stand much of a chance in combat. Although I don't know what Pokemon I'll have by then, so there's a chance it might be completely useless. Oh yeah, look at that experience gauge. Yeah, I definitely would have been able to get Butterfree if I wasn't knocked out. Got -3 defense. Okay, but now it didn't do too much, but a couple more of those will definitely KO. Okay, good. Level 10! This should be evolution! Yep! Would you look at that? We have a Butterfree. And there's no gender differences yet, because I don't think they existed until Gen 4. So, Dex total, that buffs up to 10. And then Confusion! Oopsies, need to use this. Yeah, Major, look at that. It took forever, but we now have a Butterfree. So now Weedle is the Pokemon to get leveled up. And we might as well get Mankey on the team. Alright. Bye-bye, Butterfree. Yep, so obviously I can't do anything with Pikachu yet, because I have to get to Celadon City to get a Thunderstone. And then I have to get to the Sevii Island so I can get Pichu. And yeah, getting the Legendary Beast will be a pain. Because obviously I can't get Suicune, because I need both of them. So I think, yeah, my save file I think has Entei, because it's normally the one that's strong against your starter. So because I picked Bulbasaur, Entei is going to be the Legendary Beast. Okay, how much is this going to do? Ugh! Bruh. I didn't even get to do anything. No, don't... What's the point in asking me that if you're just gonna say I can't escape anyway? Yeah, I might as well just have someone else knock it out. Okay, so I need to go to a weaker area just to get Weedle a couple more levels. Because that was horrible. And there are no grass types yet, so there's nothing that can take advantage of... there's no Pokemon I can take advantage of with Poison Sting. Oh, I need to change the picture from Butterfree to Mankey. Oh, dogs are yapping for no reason. Dog is schizophrenic. How are the leaves of green? Very fun and nostalgic! We're currently doing a Professor Oak's challenge right now, and at the moment my grand total is 10 Pokemon. And yeah, in-game I've been here for nearly 3 hours, but most of it was just sitting idle in the menus. So the Pokemon you see in my party right now, Bulbasaur, Rattata, Pidgey, Spearow, Mankey, and Weedle, I need to evolve all these ones before the next section. Okay, I think I should be able to deal with this one. Okay. So at least it might be a little bit easier to level up Weedle, just because of how Poison Sting works compared to Tackle. Like, guaranteed hit, and has a chance to cause poison, and has Stab. Come on, can you die to the poison, please? Nope, alright, I'm gonna switch out then. There we go. This is the pains of early game. I can't do anything without my Pokemon dying without even doing anything. But at least once Weedle is out the way, that's the hardest, one of the most annoying ones. Wonder if Deoxys will be in this? I I'm not very optimistic if I'm being completely honest. Because if Deoxys was an option, I feel like they would have announced it. I mean, unless they're going to leave it as a surprise for people. But again, I feel like that would have been a really good way to advertise getting these ports if the Aurora ticket was just available. Did the Mystic ticket? Yeah, I don't really care too much about that, but because Ho-Oh and Lugia you can get on the Switch anyway. But yeah, Deoxys you can't really get anywhere outside of Pokemon Go. Damn it! I literally can't do anything! This thing's too weak! Stupid bug! And Auras? Yeah, you could get Deoxys. Well, yes, but you couldn't shiny hunt it there. But also, they need to put Deoxys on the Switch. Mainly because most people who are new to the series and want to complete the Pokédex will have no way to get Deoxys on the Switch. Right now, Spinder, Celebi, and Deoxys are the only Pokemon completely locked out of the Switch. Celebi was available in Crystal Virtual Console. Deoxys, just a normal one, available in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Spinder, well, if Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl didn't fuck up its code, then we would have Spinder on the Switch. At least with Ninkasi, you can get it in Sword and Shield. But yeah, if you don't have Pokemon Bank already installed on your 3DS, or have Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, it's currently impossible to get a Deoxys. Because that is currently the only way to get one without having to modify your save file. Unless for some reason they release an event in this game, just to give us the Aurora ticket permanently. I'm not going to shiny hunt it, because I already have a shiny Deoxys. Because I played Pokemon Go before it fucked up. I kind of wish I did it for Darkrai, but Darkrai was way more limited, and by the time it was back, it wouldn't let me do any remote raids. Because they added the limit to 5 a day. It's like, do they not want money? Because you would think, with them being money hungry, they would allow for infinite raids a day, but no. Look what they did with BSP with Shaman and Darkrai. I mean, yeah, kinda. But those ones were temporary events. Like, if they were more permanent ones, then they'd be better. Like, with Legends Arceus, just have a connected save file to specific games. Gotta heal again. One battle, I'm already going back to the Pokemon Center. At this point, I'm just not going to battle with Weedle. I'm just going to switch train it, because this is getting annoying now. It's getting pathetic. I'll just switch train with Spearow, because at least Spearow can do damage. Yeah, as usual, I'm probably only going to go for like 2 hours tonight. And I'm not going to have this challenge completely documented, but I will record. I'll take screenshots and post them onto the Discord server when I do make it, like, when something does happen, for when I either get an evolution or if I get a shiny, just to prove that I am indeed doing it properly. You think you'd take the hint? I've got Keen Eye! Bro, this AI is dumb. Alright, Spiro level 6. Yeah, that makes things a little bit easier. Okay, yeah, Rattata I should be able to deal with. Oh, poison on turn 1. So I'll have a look at the guide I've got for the challenge. Section 2, there's going to be the Nidorans, Clefairy, Clefable, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Zubat, Golbat, Paras, Parasect, Diglett, Dugtrio, Meowth, Persian, Abra, Kadabra, Geodude, Graveler, Farfetch'd, Drowsy, Hypno, Mr. Mime, Magikarp, Gyarados, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Bellsprout, and Weepinbell. So I need to catch a second Spearow and a second Abra in this section. I'm sure, yeah, okay, once I've gotten my Weedle fully evolved, then I'll go back and catch another Spearow just for that trade. And I'm almost convinced I'm probably going to get a shiny during this run. Just based on my experience from my first Professor Oak's challenge in Pokemon Ruby, where I got 4 shinies during the first run. And yeah, of course I used a couple of them for the challenge. Because why wouldn't I prefer a shiny Dex entry? On Chi, if you're ever confused about soft resetting in this game, it's still a thing, thankfully. You just press X, Y, A, and B at the same time, or, if it's the left controller, up circle, right circle, down circle, and left circle, because they don't act as a D-pad, they just act as the A, B, X, Y buttons. My presumption is just so people can play this game using a single Joy-Con. And yeah, honestly that's fair, because doing plus minus A and B would be really awkward to do. Okay, maybe having Spearow out right now is not the best idea. Okay, Mankey. Okay, that Rattata just sealed its fate right there. So, with Fire Red and Leaf Green being confirmed to be going to switch to Pokemon Home, I wonder, is there going to be like home transfer rewards? Because I feel like, yeah, there would probably need to be home transfer rewards. And we still haven't had any updates on Legend ZA's compatibility yet. Like, we don't know when that's going to happen. We know it's going to happen for Champions. It's probably going to work like it did in Battle Revolution, where it just copies Pokemon data. And I'm almost positive that with Fire Red Leaf Green, it's going to work like it did with Let's Go, that you can transfer, you can withdraw and deposit, but if they go into a different game, then their data gets completely rewritten. They won't be able to go back into the Game Boy. I think that's how it's going to work. So basically, if there's any Pokemon from the Colosseum games, unless they get home compatibility, which I really hope so, because without them, you're not going to be able to complete the national activity. I mean, not that you'd be able to anyway, because Mew and Celebi are basically impossible. and Jirachi and Deoxys. All the mythicals are impossible to get. But with the game, with the glitch, like the retro mail glitch, I wonder if it will still be possible to get all those Pokemon. Like, I don't even know if they'd qualify. They'd probably not even be able to go into home, but because they are glitch Pokemon. I hope they'll be able to work though. There we go. See, Weedle, you are capable of soloing other Pokemon. You just gotta not suck. But yeah, as soon as Weedle's out of the way, it's gonna be a lot easier, because at least Pokemon have some defense. Once Mankey reaches level 5, I'm pretty sure it should be able to do a bit better. Yeah, Pidgey, Rattata, those two I just have to wait till they get a decent move. Spearow is already doing pretty good. I wonder how the moons. I don't know if there's enough moonstones just laying around. Because I know that Clefairy have a 5% chance of holding a moonstone. So I think, yeah, the way I'll do it for those ones, I'm not going to evolve a Clefairy, rather I'm going to try and find the wild Clefable. Wait, is that even in Fire and Leaf Green, or is that exclusive to Let's Go? I don't remember. But if Clefable is in the wild in this game, I'll catch the Clefable, just so I can save a Moonstone for one of their Nidos. Right, level 4 Canopy. Okay, that thing has got high defense. Wait, is poison... are poison moves? Physical or special? I don't know. Let me check the summary. I don't know. It doesn't say. I don't remember what typing poison is. I don't remember if it's physical or special. I know if it's like ground, that one's physical. Water is special. Grass is special. Fire, I think, is physical, but could also be special. Go. Yeah, once Kakuna is an option. Once Weedle evolves into Kakuna, then at the very least it should be able to last a few more attacks. Yeah, I've said it earlier, but the way I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna sort out all of the weaker Pokemon first, get all of them, so Weedle, Caterpie, Mankey, Rattata, and Spearow. I'm gonna get all of them to around level 15 or evolve them, and then save all of the trainer battles for Bulbasaur and Pidgey, since that will be the most valuable source of experience. Yeah, the more experience I save for the higher level Pokemon, the better. And double check what Section 2 is going to be like. Yeah, Section 2... Yeah, it's not going to be that difficult. There's a few Pokemon that evolve in their 20s, but there's a lot of Stone evolutions. So yeah, the next section's not going to be that bad, actually, just because there's no one in the 30s that evolve, it's just in the 20s. Oh, and if you're still here, Chi, I've also got a second version of this layout. A Fire Red version. But I'm only going to use that when I actually play Fire Red. Very cool. I just saw it on Twitter and I thought that was perfect. And obviously the person requested I put credit, so underneath the avatar I credited the creator of the graphics. So there should be no legal issues. Or just no issues in general. Heal up. So what I hope to be able to get done by the end of the stream, at the very least, get Beedrill, Fearow, and Raticate. It might be pushing it to get all three of them, but maybe Fearow is more likely. Just because Spearow seems to be doing a really good job. But it's probably better I do Rattata and then Mankey. Mankey because once it has to deal with all the bug types, it won't have any super effective attacks against them. Unless it learns like Rock Throw or something, which I don't think it does. And Rattata already has a bunch of good stat options. Especially getting Hyper Fang like really early. So those last few levels will be really like straightforward for Rattata. And Spearow already has Peg, so it's already doing good. Pidgey only has, I think it's Tackle and Sand Attack. Let me double check what level Fearow evolves. Or Spearow evolves even. Spearow into Fearow at level 20. Okay, so Mankey is at level 28, so that's going to be a lot longer. Yeah, Spearow and Rattata, those are the other ones I want to try and focus on, since they both evolve at level 20. And I'm probably going to bring in Spearow for this one. That's exactly why. Oh, of course it lands a crit. Bruh, you're kidding me, right? I guess I'll just have Weedle finish it off for all the experience then. Oh, 39 XP, and that's going to get us a Kakuna. Right. And that boosts the dex total to 11. And it learned Harden, which I'm never going to use because that move sucks. Nowadays, if you want to boost defense, Iron Defense is even better. Right, so let's get Spearow revived. Then once Kakuna is a Beedrill, then yeah, I think I'll focus on Spearow. Then once Rattata is done, after that, then Bulbasaur and Pidgey. But although I do think by the time, looking at the time, I might only be able to get Beedrill and Fearow done. I'll try to get all the other ones dungeon by item. I'll also, like I said earlier, I'll take screenshots of my progress just to keep things like all documented, and I'll pop them into the Discord server. There we go. How much damage is that going to do? I still don't like that damage. Okay, so even after evolving, it can't really deal with level 5s very much. Okay. Yep. With plans of Fire Red, at some point in the future, me and Atreus are thinking of doing a Soul Link, which honestly I'm looking forward to because I've not really done a Soul Link in an older game before. And oh my god, that Poison Sting did absolutely no damage. Yeah, I think the only Soul Links I've done are for like newer games. Like just on the Switch stuff. So I've not done anything for an older game. Well, Spearow learned Leer. Yeah, that's probably a good idea actually. And I do need to get a normal type move on Spearow, just so I can deal with Pikachu. It does no damage. And Poison Sting only does 15 base damage now I think about it, so yeah, no wonder it's doing so little damage. It sacrifices its perfect, it gets perfect accuracy, but it's so weak. Like stuff like Tackle, that does like 40 base power I think, 30 or 40 base power. And I'm pretty sure Kakuna doesn't get an actual attacking move until it evolves into a Beedrill. And by then I'm not going to use it anymore. Okay. So yeah, once this thing's level 10, then I can primarily focus on Spearow. Then after that, I can focus on Rattata. So yeah, I've got my little order going on right now. So once Spearow and Rattata are done, then Mankey, and then Bulbasaur and Pidgey. Yep, Pidgeot's going to be the last of this section, just because it's the highest level, like, for the whole section. And yeah, you could choose a different starter, but Bulbasaur is the best one because you finish it off quicker. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving yourself an extra challenge. I mean, personally, I probably would have picked Bulbasaur regardless if it was the easiest or not. just because Bulbasaur is, one, my favorite Kanto starter, two, the best Kanto starter. Because considering the first 4 gyms, so first one is a rock-type gym, so obviously Charmander is already out of the picture. I mean, yeah, in this game it does get Metal Claw, so it does have a bit more defense, but Bulbasaur and Squirtle are a bit better. Gym 2, Water, Squirtle's neutral, Charmander is weak, and Bulbasaur is strong. Then for the third gym, which is an electric-type gym, Charmander is neutral, Squirtle's weak, and Bulbasaur technically is neutral, but it resists electric attacks. So, technically, Bulbasaur is the best one for the third gym. And then the fourth gym, which I think was the grass gym, obviously Charmander has the total advantage there, Squirtle has the weakness, and Bulbasaur is more so neutral because it can use poison moves, but I don't know if it even has any poison. I don't even know if it has any poison attacks by then. Flipping dog. Hey, that dog is so schizophrenic, I swear. She'll bark at nothing. So I think I'll switch out when like a level 5 or level 4 shows up. Or if I'm about to die. There we go. I wish those dogs would stop being so schizophrenic. I know it's mean to call the dogs that, but they literally are yapping at nothing. There's nothing out there. The noisiest thing is me! And they know what I sound like. Feels weird seeing these games so big. But like resolution-wise? I mean, yeah, I get what you... If it's resolution-wise, yeah, I'm so used to seeing them on the tiny Game Boy screen. It feels weird seeing it on a TV-sized screen. It'll take a lot of getting used to. But hey, if it means I can finally stream the games legally, then I'm all for it. I've just mostly got to get used to the controls, since I can't use the D-pad anymore. I mean, maybe at some point, I'll probably try and remap the controls, just so the D-pad actually functions as a D-pad. Because I don't really use single Joy-Cons. The only time I use a single Joy-Con is when the game forces me to, like Super Mario Party, for example. Although I don't really play that game anymore, because it sucks. Any game that would forcibly have a single Joy-Con controller. Quick question, did you get the potion? Which one? The one from the PC or the sample? Because I got both of them. But I used them already because my Pokemon were about to die. I also got the one at the tree as well. So that was 3 free potions I've gotten so far. I've used all of them already. The PC. Yeah, I got the PC one. Yeah. And Rattata fainted to poison. Oh, Chiaki, with the new games, which starter has piqued your interest the most? Brout, Pombon, or Gekwa? I'm just trying to remember the names here. Which of those 3 new starters has piqued your interest the most so far? For me, It's a close tie between Brout and Pombon, but I've got a thing for small dogs, because obviously two of my dogs are tiny ones, so Pombon has a slight advantage. And maybe if Brout evolves into an owl, maybe I'll pick it, but I don't think it would, because we already have two versions of Decidueye. I don't think we need another grass owl. But the fact we did a grass bird in general, despite the fact we already have a grass bird starter, is funny. Like, why not a grass raccoon? I mean, yeah, we've already got, like, Zigzagoon as, like, the main raccoon Pokemon, but I feel like a grass raccoon would make sense, and then it would just become a poison type. Yeah, secondary typings. I feel like Brout is... I'm sorry, that has to be a grass flying type. Unless the secondary typings are exotic, then I think it would just be grass flying. Pombon, I think it would be fire electric. I mean, I especially love a fire electric starter. Preferably, I'd like to see it be fire electric, although fire ground is also something I'd like to see. And then Gekwa, I mean, if it ends up becoming a ground type, obviously I'll prioritize it. Grass ground, maybe? I don't really see the bird becoming a ground type. I think the ground typing is more likely for the other two. But based on the Pokédex entry, Gekwa might be... it could be a dark type. Or it could be a poison type. Because a water poison starter actually kind of makes sense. Actually, that makes a lot of sense if I think about it. Yeah, it could be a water poison type. Yeah, water poison sounds like a really good one. So grass flying, fire ground, water poison. That's what I'm going to go with. That's my prediction for the final typings. And obviously grass flying is not going to interrupt with any of the Decidueyes, because those are grass ghost and grass fighting, so grass flying is fine. Although it does have the unfortunate disadvantage of having a 4x weakness to ice. And yeah, also it's unsurprising that Winds and Waves are going to be switched to exclusive, because looking at those visuals, even though it's still like early development footage, the graphics look way better than any Pokemon game I've ever seen. Because obviously the Switch era of Pokemon games has been mocked for having horrible graphics. Besides Let's Go, because I think visually, Let's Go is the best looking Pokemon game on the Switch. That's not a spin-off. Or a Legends game. Because the Legends are like their own little category. But like the main Switch Pokemon games, Let's Go definitely looked the best in my opinion. And Winds and Waves has already thrown all of that out of the window. Just the power of the Switch too, man. But 2027, that means they're giving themselves more time to cook. And I'm all for it. As long as they release a solid product, and so far, in early development footage, it already looks really solid. I can't wait to see what it'll be like when it releases. And with leaks being far less likely on the Switch too, because people can't hack it, it seems like we might be able to have a completely fresh adventure with zero leaks. Unless some of those designs were in the Terra Leak, which somehow I doubt. But if there were any leaks, I'd probably only want to know what the final typings are for the starters. I'm hopeful there'll be cosplay Pikachu again. Yeah, with those mascot Pikachu, they actually have their own names, so it's possible we might be able to get them. And just those mascot Pikachu alone is the only thing that's deciding on which version I'm going to pick, which is Waves, because the female Pikachu cosplayer, or vacationer, I love that outfit. It's super cute on the Pikachu. Plus, they both look shiny. Like, if you notice that, they both have the shiny colors. Like, that's an interesting little thing that they did. And if they are boxable, then that's more Pikachu for home. Speaking of home, I'm still wondering when they're going to do, like, Legends EA stuff. Because I feel like they'd probably have to release that at the same time as the Champions compatibility. Because, yeah, I definitely want to see some shiny Mega Legendary Pokemon. Darkrai, I think I might have an event Shiny Darkrai somewhere. I don't remember. I've probably got one somewhere. I mean, if I don't, then it'll just be a while before I get a Shiny Mega Darkrai. I've got a Heatran I can put in there, though. I've got a Zygarde, because I got the one from the 2018 Legends event. What other ones were there? Oh yeah, I can put in my Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. Those ones I shiny hunted a long time ago. So I'll be able to have them as the shiny primal forms and shiny Mega Rayquaza in Legends EA. Ooh, that's what I'm looking for the most. Also, that oh dear. I took on the Mega Garchomp Z event. It's just do mystery gift, do online, just claim the item or claim the thing, and then just use a donut to go to the Mega Pocket. And then that's basically it. You just have to fight it like a generic wild Mega battle. And I did it with my Swampert without even Mega Evolving because I forgot to charge up the Mega Energy. Yeah, my Shalfa Swampert is an absolute beast. And with Garchomp Z, I've not seen it in battle. I mean, I have seen it in battle, but I've not seen it in my battle. I've not seen it as a shiny yet. And personally, I don't really care much for it, because it loses the best typing in the game. I'm sure it can't really lose the Dragon type, because it is a dragon. It was way easier than I thought. Yeah. It really was easy. It probably would have been even easier if it kept the ground type, but... oh well. I'm never going to use it anyway, so what does it matter? Oh yeah, I should probably mention, with the Pokemon Presents, me and Atreus did a reaction to it, and it should be in the process of uploading to the YouTube channel. I'll have a look at the progress right now. Wait, is it already uploaded? Oh, it's already uploaded. Okay. Alright, 1 second. I'm just going to... And alright then. So the reaction is set to premiere tomorrow. I haven't actually listened to the actual audio, so there's a very good chance that I may peak the mic multiple times during the reaction because oh boy, I was excited during that stream. Well, during that direct. Ugh. Because now I'm actually able to deal a little bit of damage to these Pidgey. Time 20 minutes. Good. Excited for the new TCG set. Yeah, that celebrations thing. Reviving a bunch of all the old theme cards. Level X, old school EX, old like classic EX. They even have the Legend Duo cards. Like, damn. And then GX, GX Tag Team. Basically, all of them. Level 3. Okay, so yeah, looking at the time, I might not be able to get Firo, but I'll be able to make a good amount of progress toward it. I'm definitely going to be able to get Beedrill. And yeah, one thing I noticed in Winds and Waves, they've got a swamp area, and well, they only showed like 2 Pokemon in the swamp area. I feel like it's the best chance to bring in Quagsire. I would love to say Swampert, but I don't think Swampert will be a thing in the new game until at least a DLC. DLC or a home transfer. I don't think it's going to be in the base game. I mean, that's basically how it was for Legends EA. Yeah, with the way I like to format my teams, I like to have a trio for the main 3 elements, so grass, water, fire. I like to have a flying type. Well, in the older games, I would have a flying type because you kind of needed one. But there is, in this case, a ground type. Because I'm always going to have a ground type. But obviously I want to try and prioritize new Pokemon. So I'm trying to think of like other miscellaneous types I might want. Maybe a steel type. And maybe if they've got some good bug types, maybe I'll throw one of those on there. Because I saw some people were excited that Lokix is coming back. And honestly, I never got to use Lokix. I feel like if I went to Scarlet and Violet without any leaks at all, I probably would have had a Lokix. I'm being completely honest here. I probably would have had Lokix on me. I probably would have had Garganacl as well. I genuinely probably would have had those 2 Pokemon on my team had I not seen all the returning Pokemon already. But yeah, I guess this time, since it's going to be a Switch 2 exclusive game, I expect there to be no leaks. Drink. I think the Game Boy screen on the massive screen is actually messing with my head right now. Like, genuinely, I think I might have a small headache. Because I'm so used to this being on a tiny screen. Maybe if I lower the brightness, maybe that would help. No. Nope. Hey, I don't know what button I was supposed to press. Is it this? No, that'd be TV channels. Yeah, I don't want to use the TV mode on these things because TV sucks. Oof. Alright, we've hit level 9. So one more level and then we'll have a bee drill. Okay. Oh yes, back on that topic of that TCG, the TCG Pocket also released a new set, the Paldean Wonders. I've still not opened any of those packs yet. I've instead maybe opened close to 50 packs, maybe more, today alone, just opening the Paradise Festival set, or Parade Festival, whatever it is, just so I can get all the remaining Swampert cards. I didn't pull any of them. I instead pulled a full art Alolan Ninetales and 2 Rainbow Alolan Ninetales, and then Mama Harpy pulled the Rainbow Mega Swampert, so I just casually traded one of my Rainbow Ninetales to her for it, and jobs are good. So now, with my next Pity, I can focus all of it onto the full art Swampert, and then I'll gladly move on to the next set. And with the current 30th anniversary bonus going on right now, yeah, there's a lot to do. Just logging in 30 days in a row, you automatically get 30 free packs. And that's only from pack hourglasses. You also get to get free packs in general. For all of the Series B packs. Ugh. So once I get that full art Swampert, then I'll gladly move on to the next set. Oh, schizophrenic dogs again. The dogs are hearing colours. It was funny the first couple of times, that's just annoying. Even Mama Harpy agrees that they are being absolutely schizophrenic. Don't need to heal up. Maybe there's a ghost nearby. No. There wouldn't be. We're past that phase. No, these dogs are just absolutely schizophrenic as hell. I'm trying to come up with other words, but that's literally the best way to describe what they're like. They'll bark absolutely nothing, and then when something is actually there, they have no reaction whatsoever. They're literally the worst possible guard dogs you could ever conceive of. But they're so cute, so... Yeah, that does barely any damage. But the more experience I can get, the better. Because now, looking at the time, I don't think I'll even be able to make any progress on Spearow. Yeah, once this one's over and done with, because these things are annoying. Once I can start moving on to the other ones, it'll be a bit better. Mankey might take a little bit, because I do need a fighting type attack. The wind probably blew in a way they didn't agree with. Yeah, probably. Or maybe they heard Ant Colony going out for scouting missions. Or maybe they heard the water bears. And they're like microscopic animals. Maybe they heard those. Now I get the crit. Right. Back to healing. Because since I'm in the home stretch, I just want to focus on Kakuna only, and then get to Spearow. Oh, nice, got the poison turn 1. There we go. Rat. I think the only challenging one to do after this are probably Paris. At least Paris will have stat moves straight away. Freaking dog. And Magikarp, I can just switch train. Do 16 XP, I'm almost there. Yeah, I really did think I'd be able to start Spearow, but nope. This Kakuna took way too long. So, yeah, I think in my own time I'll focus on Spearow and Rattata, and then by tomorrow we'll probably start with Pidgey and Bulbasaur. Come on. Oh, nice! There we go. Wait, how much is that going to give? 30? 31? Ooh, okay. No, you know what? Stay with the rest, stay with the rest. We're almost there. If a strong one comes in, I'll just switch to Spearow. There we go! Double level up. There we go! Kakuna is finally evolving! There we go. That buffs our total to 12 Pokemon. We now have a Beedrill. And it learned Fury Attack. It still doesn't have a decent stab move. I was hoping for Twin Needle, but okay. Not like I'm going to use it anyway. Let's go pop this thing in the PC and finish up for the day. So that's the annoying weak bugs out of the way. So now I can focus on the birds and the rats and the monkey. Okay. Level 10 Beedrill. There you go, so Pikachu, Butterfree, and Beedrill. So Pikachu will definitely evolve by the Celadon section, since that's when I can get some Thunderstones. But it will just stay as a Pikachu for now, and then once I get to the Sevi Islands, then I'll get the Pichu from that. So for now... There we go, so this is the order I'm going to do it. Spearow, Rattata, Mankey, Pidgey, and Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's probably going to stay in my party permanently, just because it's my starter. And I need a good, like, grass type to, deal with the last stuff. Right, alright, so, let me just check my, yep, it is at 12. So, I think this is a good place to call it for a day. So, this has been BiriboFukuro, signing off. Bye-bye!